Very much. Uh, of course, I cannot speak on behalf of Assam. The president of the Assam has very elaborately uh, addressed and answered the question. Uh, but but the question which has been asked by the scholar is extremely important, and that pertains to the sustainability and survivability of OIC. Uh, I'm only speaking for the reason that I have spent some time in studying and evaluating the performance and the uh, outcome of the OIC. I'm just showing title of my book, uh, which was published after my PhD thesis. Some of the chapters have been translated in a Turkish language as well, and I did carry out evaluation of the OIC's performance vis-a-vis two extremely important international conflicts, that is in Palestine and in Kashmir. Without getting into the geopolitics, the fact remains that the OIC has not been, I'm not trying to criticize OIC, this is a fact and this is the opinion of number of scholars, that OIC has not been able to come up to the desired expectations of quite a large number of countries, and more so to a majority of Muslim population. That does not mean that OIC has not done anything. OIC, previously known as a conference, actually hardly had any meaning and influence on the Muslim politics. It was during early 21st century that the thought process had been going on, and number of names were suggested and some modification in its charter. The charter has already been modified once. But the fact is that the OIC is not playing. I think there's some crosstalk taking place. I would request those speakers to please mute your mic, and let me say my submissions in next 2 to 3 minutes. The OIC, for 2-3 reasons, has not been able to do well. Number one, for its functioning, it needs finances, and it is a hostage to 1 or 2 countries only. The OIC headquarters needs to be shifted on rotation basis to at least 6-7 countries in one form or the other. The basic headquarters, the staff might continue to stay where they are, but other countries need to finance some of the organs of the OIC. Maybe, 3-4 countries can volunteer for that. The OIC has been victim of the conflict between 5 or 6 major Muslim countries. We have, let me not name the countries and let me not get into that because that may not be appropriate at this stage. Therefore, the OIC has to adopt a more dynamic and more proactive approach towards resolving various problems which are faced by the Muslim countries. One is the ongoing clash of ideas, the clash of civilization, the clash of values, and the Western world's physical military onslaught for the capture and conquering of the resources of the Muslim world. This is what has happened in Afghanistan. with a view to having controlling all the oil and gas and natural resources of Central Asia. This is what had been happening in Iran. The Americans and the British, they have been controlling the resources for last about almost 100 years since the oil was discovered. The Western countries have destroyed Iraq, they have destroyed Syria, they have destroyed Libya for no other reason but to have a control, unchecked, uninterrupted supply of the oil and the control. And that's what they're doing for the control of the Mediterranean and the control of Indian Ocean as well. So my only suggestion is that there is no harm in having a parallel thinking. As Brigadier General Adnan has said that this is ASSAM is a civil society organization. I suggest there should be more organizations like ASSAM. They are not meant to challenge the mandate and the charter of the OIC. But if the OIC becomes totally stagnant, if OIC becomes malignant, what does it mean? That the whole Muslim world should suffer? The whole Muslim world should not be given a leadership of a new ideas and new...
Sayın Hashmat Bey, toparlayabilir miyiz?
I will just finish
Sir,
it.
can you please wrap up?
I will finish it here. That we must encourage new ideas. We must encourage healthy, productive, positive, new contribution. And we must give a ray of hope, a ray of light to the new generation. And people must come up with new solutions to the new problems. If we remain stagnant, as we were in the 19th century and the 20th century, we will suffer for another 100 years or maybe more. Thank you.
Thank you.